Welcome to an introduction to decolonization. Join me as I examine how I have vacationed. What are the simple costs of opulence? The things that we're drawn to: excess, extravagance, fun. As 4,000 vacationers enjoy their time above deck, 2,500 are below, in a windowless cabin, wasting 1.5 tons of food per day and 160,000 gallons of fuel per week. For what? This is what development aggression looks like. Pretty on the surface. Redefined language, perfectionism, judgment, division, imperialism, privilege. But privilege equals hidden harms. The cruise industry is a great way to examine a global perspective on the things that are really happening. As we play and enjoy, what are we draining? What message is being spun? Every cruise ship costs $1 billion. 25,000 tons of steel in 12 to 18 months. And this steel removal from the ground is killing indigenous lands and populations in the global south around the world, causing major hailstorms of nature, weather, flooding, famine, while we pump more and more so that we can have more and more, so that I could have more and more. We've examined how waste, hoarding, costs more than we ever see. Child labor continues and is hidden from the public. These children are digging for cobalt to power our portable devices, smart cars, smart homes, smart. But who's learning? As destruction grows, our resources dwindle, temperatures rise, lives destroyed, and our demand increases each day. A simple look at the stash of any royal government, and you will soon see that almost all resources have been removed from indigenous populations globally, and this continues today. This doesn't stop at royalty. This includes capitalism that thrives on poverty, the requirement to continue the machine. We're taught in American schools that this ended. Ecocide is the new genocide. It has not ended. We just stopped looking. With our eyes straight above the global north, we don't see the global south. But as our indigenous peoples were systematically removed and murdered in the United States, this is continuing in the global south for resources that will be used in the global north. Welcome to the Wanapum, Yakima, and Nez Perce. During this course, I was living on Wanapum land and soon learned that my house was being powered by the dam that buried their traditions. The same land that created Hanford nuclear disaster. These fishing grounds are now deemed the most dangerous place in America, built for $230 million, equivalent to $3.4 billion in today's dollars. This site developed for war so that we could protect our mechanized increase. Many decided to remain silent and watch destruction happen. Hunting grounds, fishing grounds, stolen and then used to create destruction. 50,000 killed in Nagasaki, 100,000 killed in Hiroshima, and the radiation poisoning continues to this day. The people cleaning this disaster, constantly affected by World War II disasters and our neglect. Instead of pausing, as a nation, as a globe, we've continued to thrust technology forward, raping our environment of its resources, using war and control to remove the people for economy. Will you raise your hand or step back? Through this course, I've learned that I no longer want to be a part of this. But how? How can I step back? How can I not leave a footprint of mud and destruction behind me? We continue to learn, we continue to grow, but the one thing is empathy, challenging myself, the stereotypes that have been given to us, digging into history, confronting what was taught, digging into the truth that this colonization continues. While indigenous populations would prefer to be left alone and continue in their peaceful ways, they are removed. With weaponry and control and governments, these people are removed, squashed, their resources given to other populations. This is not the story of the Native American, the First Nations. This is the Aboriginal story, the indigenous message that we've been taught to listen or be squashed for the opulence. The billion-dollar industry of the cruise ships is just a microcosm example of what's going on globally. While these corporations grow 11% annually, an influx of new employees is required every year. Averaging $700 per week, these people can barely afford to feed their families. While we enjoy our vacations, and when we're finished and the boats aren't making enough money, we destroy them. We call it recycling. I've been guilty of this in the construction industry, in development of homes, destroying what could have been saved for opulence and extravagance, for investment purposes, never counting the cost of each stick of lumber. Every nail has a cost. For this, boxes of boxes of boxes. And to get away from the boxes, we have cruises, wasting 1.5 tons of food per day, 160,000 gallons of diesel fuel a week, could power 50,000 homes. Is this what we want? complete reliance on machines, stuff, more. The result is our inability to care for ourselves, a reliance on machines, factories, a reliance on poverty to provide these things and ship them to our doors. The cost is everywhere. During the course, I've had to learn many things that I've had to unlearn. And I've had to learn how to teach those to my children, to my family, and to those closest to me, learning that I can only affect the current bubble. I can affect myself. I can evoke change only with those close to me. Doing my part looks like allowing for less and redefining our lifestyle at home. Hey, Gayla Kasla.